What's up, sis? It's your girl Tahirah Ahshah, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking marketing. Okay, y'all know I love marketing. That's one of my favorite topics to discuss. Marketing, content, social media, anything that's going to bring our target audience towards us and give us their money. Okay, so at the end of the day, that's the whole purpose of marketing. But we're not just talking about any old type of marketing. So all of these marketing tools and integrations that I'm going to be talking about today are things that you can actually utilize straight from your website. You should be able to utilize these tools straight from your website. But before we get into the video, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And of course, if you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section below. But let's jump right into the video. So the very first tool that I want to talk about, and I have mentioned this in several other videos, okay, but the very first tool is email marketing. Okay, if you are on my VIP list, then you know I use email marketing at least once a week, but at least a handful of times a month. Okay, so email marketing is really essential to me getting those leads and following up with those leads. So I know 9 times out of 10, email marketing is going to be either a hit or a miss. Okay, it's not so much in between. It's either you're getting those leads, you're reaching your audience are clicking those buttons, they're responding to your call of actions, they're following your call of actions. Either they're doing those things or they're not. But what I wanted to talk about is if they are working, this is the reason why. Okay, email marketing is so influential because let's say if all of social media just shut down today, right? If all of social media shut down today, how are you going to connect to your subscribers? How are you going to connect to your followers? How are you going to connect to those people who slide in your DMs? How are you going to reach those people if social media shuts down and you have no other avenue of reaching them, right? Email marketing is the way to do it, or text message marketing as well. Email and text message is kind of similar, except for email is a little bit long form. And what I like about email marketing is that you can market in so many different ways. So again, if you're on my VIP list, then you know that I market by telling my story. I give a lot of background information on me as a CEO. I give tips about planning. I give tips about, productivity. I give tips on small businesses. I highlight other business owners. What else do I do in email marketing? I highlight my YouTube channel. Like, I do a lot in my emails. And for me, that is really important because you want to be able to reach your audience, like I said, in a long form content outside of social media. If someone opens up the email, that means they're willing to read, okay? Like, they're willing to read, they are willing to, respond to your call of action, stuff like that. So just getting them to open up the email is the biggest thing. And in order for you to do that, you want to have like a catchy subject line. So just how on like YouTube where we have catchy thumbnails, you want to have a catchy subject line so that it prompts the person reading it to actually open it. So that it prompts the person who you send it to actually open it and read it and see what's inside, right? So that is the biggest thing about email marketing, is that it is a way for you to reach your audience outside of social media in a long form content. So you can do blogs, you can do about me's, you can highlight an event, you can do all of these different things, and then you have actual call of actions embedded into that email. So you would be able to input, buttons where it says, view more, learn more, shop now, stuff like that. And then those are the call to actions that people are actually going to, they can literally touch it at their fingertips. And that is really important if you're a business like me who does not have an Instagram shop connected to their Instagram account. So you know how on Instagram where you go on someone's, post and then you can click shop now. I don't have that on my Instagram anymore because it was just a lot happening where people were creating orders and I wasn't receiving them on my website end. So I didn't know where those orders were, but it was a big thing, right? So I had to delete Instagram. But the way that I can actually get people to click those call to actions is through my email. Boom. So make sure you integrate email marketing into your website if you haven't already done so. Okay. Number 2 is going to be a loyalty program. Okay. Every website should be able to provide you and your customers with a loyalty program. So the loyalty program that I have set up now on my end, on my website, which is Wix, I do use the platform Wix, but I'm sure, Shopify has the exact same program embedded into their site. So what I do is a points program. So mine is with every certain amount of dollars that you spend, you get a certain amount of points, right? And so those points start to add up. And then after you get a certain amount of points, you get a certain amount of, percentage off or dollar amount off of your next total purchase. So that is a marketing tool, because why do we shop with brands like Shein, for example, right? Not only because they're super, super cheap, but because we know that we're always going to be able to use a discount code with that particular brand, right? Like, you never go on Shein website and pay full price for anything, because there's always a coupon code in there based off of the previous purchases that you've already made. And what I love about the loyalty program, especially in Wix, I'm not really sure how Shopify works, but you can customize the points, right? So you could call it whatever you wanted to call it based on your brand. So if your brand is like, let's say like Barbie related, you could call it Barbie Bucks, or something like that, something that is geared towards your particular brand so that you stand out from other brands. So if you brand every little single thing, including your loyalty points, that's going to heighten your marketing within your industry. And another thing that I like about the loyalty program is that you can edit it based on if you want like a certain dollar amount off. You can edit like the amount of points that someone can receive per purchase or per dollar amount. It's super customizable, so you can customize it to your brand and to your business needs while also meeting the expectations of the customer as well. And the best thing about a program that is an incentive program is that it retains your customer base, right? So you're not trying to appeal to new customers. You are keeping the customers that you already have so that they return to you, making more and more purchases. That's the whole purpose of an incentivized program, is to make them customers return back to you, just how we keep on shopping with Shein, right? Boom. But let's move on to the third marketing strategy, which is Google Ads, right? Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, y'all. I have not, I have not like grasped this whole integrated thing with Google, because Google is like really, really like serious about their shit, right? Like, you can't just put any old thing on Google and expect them to run an ad. Like, you have to have a lot of your SEOs like kind of together before you try to embed the Google marketing into your social into your website. But I'm going to let you know that you can do it, especially on Wix. So pretty much all you have to do is set up a Google merchant account, right? And then you're going to set up like your shipping rates, but it's super, super easy on Google because they really only let you do a flat rate, right? So you can do a flat rate for domestic, and then you can do a flat rate for international shipping. And then the last thing you want to do is upload your product. So it's really just in 3 steps. It's just within those 3 steps, there are some things that you have to have already completed on the back end of your website. But if you created your website the way that you were supposed to create it, or if you paid the right person to actually create your website for you, then this process should be very seamless. But just think about all of the times that you go onto Google and there's an ad, or when you type in a recipe or a piece of clothing item that you want. How many times do you see like those sponsored ads first, right? So that is Google marketing. That is Google putting your brand in front of everyone else, and it is increasing your SEO on Google as well. So when people go and type in Pure Life Stationery, or scratch that. When people go in and type in planners or luxury stationery or stationery or anything like that, notebooks, pens, pencils, me embedding my website within that Google marketing is pretty much putting me higher in the algorithm in Google. So when people do search planners, I'm not on the 15th page of Google, right? So, and that is really, really important, because how many times have you did a Google search and you actually scrolled to page 15? We don't do that, right? Because we are trusting Google to tell us what are the best options for our search. And that's exactly what this Google marketing is going to be able to do for you. So just a highlight thing is make sure that on the back end, your ish is together on your website and that your SEO is top notch, so that and just for you guys who don't know, SEO is search engine optimization. So that means when you go, so that means on the back end of your website, you can click on your products, and when it says like edit descriptions or tags and stuff like that, those are the words, those keywords that you have on each individual page, on each individual product, on your services, all of that. So when people do a Google search, your website pops up based on that search. Okay? So boom. So those are the 3 things. Just to wrap it up, you guys, we have email marketing. That is like your long form content. That is the way that you're going to reach your people beyond social media. And honestly, all of these, you're going to reach your people beyond social media, because none of these have anything to do with social media. Okay. And then you're going to do your loyalty program. Okay. Please have a loyalty program, y'all. Even if you don't have a website, try to create a loyalty program for your returning customers, whether you keeping like an Excel spreadsheet, your own written hand log, a punch card, something like that. Keep some type of loyalty program, because that is what's going to make your customers return back to you. And then last but surely not least, we have the Google ads. Make sure that you guys are running your ads on Google and not just Facebook and Instagram, because the Google ad and marketing is what's going to push your brand to that audience that you don't even know exists, right? So that is where you are connecting with an audience that they don't know you exist and you don't know that they exist, right? So they're just doing this generic search and then your brand is popping up, and that's exactly what you want. Boom. I hope this video helped you guys. If you have any additional tips, comments, or questions, please leave it in the comment section below. I will be sure to answer them. And in the meantime, if you haven't already followed me, make sure you're following me on all of my social medias. All of my handles are in the description box below, as well as my online shop, purelifestationery.com, so that you can just browse to see what the website looks like, just for like inspiration, stuff like that. And last but not least, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I will always be giving you guys, tips on small business, marketing, content, planning, balancing mom life with business life, all of that jazz. So you know the vibes. Thank you for watching. Bye.